Hey fellow BMW DIYers, today I am going to show replacement of a water heater valve for the air conditioning system on a 530 E60. This is a 2006 model. I forgot I was going to video this, so I kind of already jumped the gun and started some stuff, but I'll just, the stuff I've done up to this point is real simple. Basically, here's the water valve that we got to get to down in here, and it actually just kind of has these little things that just pop up and filter on. But to get in there, and the reason I'm actually doing this video is I watched another YouTube video, and I thought it was, it was a 5 Series E60, but the access to this water valve was a little bit different than my version, whatever, so I don't know if it was just a different year. And so to get to this, I have to take out a couple more things than some of the other videos show online. So just to retrace what I've done so far, this is the what is this? The steering fluid. This mounts on here. I took those off. Those are 12 millimeter. I took the air filter out. This uses two T27 Torx. That comes out, and then I also took out, or let's see, detached. This was trying to remember which way that go in there. Yeah, oh sorry, this is the cover, right. So pull the mass airflow sensor, there's a little, you just kind of pick that up and detach that, and then you've got a hose clamp right there, and so you take that out. So next steps are, I've got to get this guy out of there, and this actually requires a little kind of special tool that I read about. Someone did it online, so I'll show that. Just waiting for that tool to show up from Amazon. But then once I get this out of here, then I will be I'll have access basically to get to this valve. And then there's also another little hose clamp tool you're going to want to have in advance if this has those classic I don't know if you can see it from here. The BMW style hose clamps are a real bitch to get off with regular pliers, so there's kind of a special pair of pliers. You can get them on Amazon, and then I'll show that in just a sec. Okay, so I got my little tool, showed up on Amazon. I didn't even know these things existed until I read about someone saying they needed one of these. It's like a ratchet, a knurled ratchet. Now, whether you really need it or not, I don't know. I just didn't want the hassle, but you can tell, if you can see right down there where that light's on, I've got to get to that hose clamp right there, and it takes a 6 millimeter, I believe. So there's not a lot of room to work in there with a ratchet, so that's why someone probably said this is what they needed, and I'd rather just have the right tool and get the job done quicker. The other thing I said, yeah, here's the pliers, the hose clamp pliers. They're basically locking pliers, and never used these before, but I'll get, once I get that access to that heater valve, I'll put these on, tighten them down, they lock in place, and then I'll be able to wiggle the hoses off. Okay, I got that. That was super easy with that little milled tool to get that loose. I did actually also move these hoses. Just kind of move these hoses out of the way. There's a little mount here that you just pull up on and undo the clip. So now basically this whole thing could come out. One other thing is there's a vacuum line right here, and it literally just pulls right out, just like that. So once I clear this out, pull this thing off, now I'm going to have access to this water valve. The job should be pretty straightforward from there. Okay, this is out, and now let's see, it's made nice and easy to get access to this water valve. I'm going to pull this electrical switch out and then hit both of these hose clamps. Oh, there's one, two on that side and one on this side, and then this is where I'll be using the hose clamp tool to hook onto those. I probably will replace them with the old screwdriver style hose clamps if I have any laying around. Actually, I think I have to, because I don't think putting those back on are very easy. Okay, so here's the replacement part. Got the old part out, and I gotta say, man, you definitely want these things to get those hose clamps off. These things work really nice. Like $10, $12 on Amazon. There's tons of different knockoffs. So I'd also say mark your hoses, just in case you forget, because you got to make sure you get the right hose to go to there, and there. So I've got a little white magic marker that rubs on in black, and that way you don't have to think about it later. So now basically just everything's going to go in reverse. Okay, so I got everything put back together, so I'm just showing this video since when I started it, I'd already started taking some things apart. But I just want to point out, like, you can see that valve is way down in there, and so some other, I don't know if it's just some different variants of the E60, the valve is much higher and you can maybe get to it without taking all this other stuff. But where that one's located, and with the need to take off those hose clamps, even get the electrical connector out, I think you got to do what I did, which is, like I said, taking out the air filter, the mass airflow sensor, and the airflow tube here, moving this over, and then you have room to work. And of course, the tools, the hose clamp pliers were super helpful. Those are the BMW factory hose clamps. They're really tough to get off. That tool will work wonders. And then that little milled tool that I used to get the hose clamp undone off of the mass airflow tubing there. Maybe you could do it with classic ratchet, but it was super easy, and I was able to get in there because it's a really tight space. So always having the easiest tools on hand at the beginning of the job makes your life a lot easier, in my opinion. Just final things, you want to bleed this, so it's hot right now, so I've already done it, but have this cap off, run the engine for about 10 minutes to let any air bubbles get out, then close it up, run it again, and then check it to make sure your fluid levels. And then also I noticed when I had this out of the way and tilted over, I got a little bit of leakage in the steering fluid, so make sure to top that off, and you should be good to go. So please like my page. I've got more. It's a BMW. There's always something going on with this BMW. The next thing to tackle is I got some dynamic stability control issues, so got some of the latest IHKA software as well, which I'll highlight in another video. So yeah, please like and subscribe if you want to keep current on variety of things that I always seem to have to do for this BMW. All right, take care. Good luck.